In the heart of Hampshire, it's a typically English city, enshrined in history. Chris Kelly reports.
Winchester is the city that time and tourists almost forgot. A city of only 33,000 people, it was once the capital of England. The crooked High Street runs close to one of the mighty cathedrals of Europe. And the founder of the nation, Alfred the Great, stands guard over the land, England, that he united. What happened to Winchester was that it got a bypass way back in the early 30s. And bypass it is what most tourists with motor cars have been doing ever since. So one of the things they miss is the cathedral.
Winchester Cathedral, you're bringing me down.
It's odd to think that most people only know it through a pop song that became a hit about 20 years ago. The music was catchy and the words extremely silly. This is the longest medieval cathedral in the world, and every yard of it is a pace into England's history. There's been a church or cathedral here for 1,300 years, but William the Conqueror was the man who started building this one. King Canute's bones lie here. Vast monuments stand to the great and dead. This shrine is to St. Swithin, a former bishop. If it rains on his day, then you've got 40 more rainy days to come, or so they say. Here rests Jane Austen, one of our finest novelists. Jane Austen is one of the ghosts that Winchester brings to life on guided drama tours, which you can take in high summer. Another character you'll meet on the tour is a deep-sea diver, though Winchester is a long way from the sea.
Hello, I'm William Walker. I went underground and underwater here to save the back end of this cathedral from falling down.
The problem was they built the east end of the cathedral here over a marsh, and it started to sink. So, send for a diver. William Walker worked in pitch-black bog water for 5 years, pouring in 25,000 bags of cement single-handed. He died of the flu, but 80 years on, the cathedral still stands firm. The town is Georgian and earlier, and is full of handsome houses, gardens, churches, almshouses, and good shops, all within walking distance and tidily packaged in a hollow of the Hampshire countryside. On the edge of town is St. Cross, a charitable foundation where 25 old gentlemen live. St. Cross offers something special to the passer-by. The wayfarer's dole is claimed at the lodge. Mr. Evans, good morning. Can I have my wayfarer's dole, please? Very kind of you. Thank you very much. Well, there we are, beer and bread. Nowadays, of course, it's just a token drink and a morsel of bread. But by tradition going back 800 years, it is free. And Winchester is not a town to turn its back on tradition. The playing fields of Winchester College, the first public school in England, back onto the chapel. The school has produced a number of cabinet ministers. The guided tour takes in the grounds and historic buildings. 10 minutes walk away, the Royal Hotel has an unusual dining room overlooking a pleasant garden. It used to be a conservatory and almost gives you the feeling you're eating outdoors. All rooms have ensuite bathrooms and colour television, though the latest garden block rooms are short on storage space for clothes. A half-hour drive from Winchester and open to the public in summer are Broadlands, 6,000 stately acres, home of the late Lord Mountbatten, a man who started as a well-connected naval officer and became, as the last Viceroy of India, something very close to a king. Prince Charles and Princess Diana spent the first days of their honeymoon here. From the splendid dining room to the saloon where Noel Coward used to play the piano, Broadlands has style. The exhibition reflects a man of extraordinary diversity. Nobody in our time has been so loaded with medals and honours. In 1945, in Singapore, he took the surrender of the Japanese. He also won over 100 cups as a polo player. The story is brought to an untimely end with a poignant reminder of Lord Mountbatten's funeral in 1979. Only 7 miles from Winchester, and here you can get off the roads and ride the Iron Way. It's the Midhants Tourist Railway, known to the locals as the Watercress Line. From Alresford to Alton, a ticket buys you a 20-mile return ride through the Hampshire countryside. This loco was built in Glasgow during the war, but she spent all her working life abroad, in Egypt and Greece. The enthusiasts of the Watercress Line, all but a handful of them unpaid volunteers, rescued her from a siding in Salonika, northern Greece, and had the rusting hulk shipped back to Britain. The loco is one of the biggest built in Britain. She weighs in at over 133 tons. This is a gentle retirement for locomotive number 90775. What could seem more like home than steaming through rather English weather in this tucked-away corner of rural Hampshire?